Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here. Time for another blind commentary. And it's time for more Cinemare Sins, episodes 11 through 15 of Season 2. Now, when it comes to these episodes, I like Hearthswarming Eve okay. Not really one that left too big an impression on me, I suppose, given in a video not too long ago I'd forgotten what the Wendigos even looked like. Sin-wise, he could probably make a point of some of the inconsistencies that seem apparent in the story presented, such as the often pointed at flag of Celestia and Luna that is there, despite this apparently taking place before them. The entire idea of incorporating a form of Wendigo, which are like cannibal spirit things in MLP, might also be worthy of a sin, I guess. Family Appreciation Day. That's a good episode. I appreciate all it does in making Granny Smith an actual character for once, and also establishing more about the world and presenting Apple Bloom in a way where where I like her more than in previous showcases for her character. As for sins, well, I guess there is the question of just how Granny figures all these crazy things out. I mean, there's trial and error, and then there's just, why would anyone even think of doing that? Now, Baby Cakes. That was actually the first episode of the show which got a negative reaction from me on my first viewing. I wasn't indifferent or underwhelmed, I just flat out did not like it. I've softened on it a lot since then, and it has some moments now where I would say that I really appreciate it. I mean, I like the bluntness of Rarity's flat out refusal, and I just like the whole lesson and the idea that Pinky really needs to learn this responsibility lesson. It seems like an important one for her. Sin-wise, well, most people point to the extremes of the power the twins have, but the dialogue at the beginning is there to sort of wave that away, so I don't know. Not sure what it'll count exactly. Last Roundup, sometimes I wish that whole derpy bit wasn't a thing, as it really overshadowed what is a great episode. It's just a really nice ensemble episode. All of the characters are written well and have their little moments and memorable lines. Pinky is on point especially, and on just a whole nother level of insanity from where she's usually. For Sins, possibly some kind of derpy related one. Other than that, not entirely sure. Don't recall much in that in the episode that doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, aside from the entire Rarity Catch Me exchange, making absolutely no sense at all. Seriously, that scene makes more sense in the Friendship is Witchcraft version. But I guess that can just be chalked up to Pinkie Pie, so not sure what it really counts for. Finally, Super Speedy Cider Squeezy. A fun episode with a fun song, but yeah, this one can be pointed at and hit with a damn near endless list of perceived inconsistencies regarding the deal, what makes sense and who gets what. Just a week ago, I saw Anthony C. poke it full of holes. I'm pretty sure Littleshy can do the same. We shall see. Anyway, don't think I'll say any more. Let's get started. Okay. Everything wrong with Hearthswarming Eve in 3 minutes or less. Spoilers.
Random disappearing snowflakes. Rarity and AJ react before Pinky even appears.
Okay.
Canterlot isn't visible from this side of the train. Fluttershy's animation suddenly resets.
An 8-foot candy cane.
And so the Brony standard of measurement was born. Aren't I Spy Clue supposed to be vague descriptions, therefore making it a game? Not just randomly pointing
Yeah, they're playing it wrong.
Same. No pony is cheering at the sight of Best Pony. Rarity attempts to calm down Fluttershy by confirming her worst fears.
Maybe even thousands.
Not likely, considering only about 300 ponies can fit in this room. Yeah, I counted, alright? It's what I do.
Wow. He's committed to it.
It's not the Rainbow Dash Show. Well, it should be the Rainbow Dash Show.
My Little Pony B-roll footage. Twilight's hips. Improperly layered door handles.
Wow.
All known tribes of an entire species dying of hunger? Why not wear a hat made of pudding?
Shocker! An Earth pony with no ideas.
That's racist. Princess Platinum putting
That's
her
the
crown
point,
upside down may have been an intentional gag, but that doesn't explain how it instantly becomes right side up in the next shot. Torchfire should be layered above the ambient shadow.
Yeah.
This scene is passed off as Pinkie Pie just being silly, but she actually had the right idea seeing as the door is blocked with snow. This pile of ash disappears.
We're the ones with all the food, right?
Was Chancellor Puddinghead's intention to starve off the other tribes? Well, that's pretty dark. Rainbow Dash is playing the historical role of a stallion.
On the other hand,
Rarity knows what a hand is. Side saddle is a thing in this world, apparently.
the earth is round. There is no up or down.
Jordan Brown quit working for My Little Pony that day. Your mind will fill in what's behind the map, and tonight the nightmares will commence.
I can see my future house from here.
Apparently, the Pegasus Fluttershy is playing also lives on the ground. Rarity names the new land after her city in Generation 3, where she is also a princess.
Planted my flag first.
Interesting.
Did not. Did too. I planted mine earlier than first.
YouTube comment. Pinky's flag magically writes
Yes,
itself
it
up.
totally is.
I vote for Calm.
Calm 2016.
Instead of spectacular, it was snowtacular. Instead of...
We get it. Move on.
It's almost as if this play was written by... Oh. Why is it that every appearance of a rock in this show results in arguments and general mayhem? Dash is frozen with her wings open, then they magically become folded. Twilight's highlight is oversaturated. Thank goodness for the slow exposition allotting ice. Fluttershy saying she dislikes some pony. All that I know has been a lie.
We're all ponies.
Lesson being, we're not ponies, therefore we're free to kill and maim. This dead pixel made me wipe my screen. Freezing and thawing living tissue causes no damage cliche. Hold up, is that the royal flag of the pony system?
Yeah.
As in Celestia and Luna? Did they just glance over that? Are these guards giants, or are the background ponies just really tiny?
That's a good question. They do look pretty big there.
I don't want every pony looking at me. The dirt. This the dirtiest dirt.
Oh, wow. Family Appreciation Day.
She's just a kooky old lady.
Senile old people are funny. Does Big Mac sleep with his work harness on? Yep.
Probably.
Implying this sorry excuse for
He
a
doesn't
broom
take
even
that off
works.
very often.
Whether neither in the Everfree Forest nor controlled by Pegasi. Ponyville pot dealer. Granny's teeth magically jump back into her mouth in the next shot. Diamond Tiara appears out of thin air.
Hello, half-pints friends.
Little House exists in Equestria. Twist. Another reason this show is
Twist
sexist,
is still
only
just
two male characters in this
just
room are
appearing
some
as
type
a
of
sin.
pig. Scootaloo invents Facebook.
Facebook.
After the fifth
Wow.
day, the Zap apples disappear.
How inconvenient.
What are you, a dictionary?
What are you, a dialogue recycler?
What are you, a dictionary?
Random pot and pans frown upon Granny's shenanigans. This show still hasn't figured out how thermometers work. Overconfidence leads to pain cliche. Applebloom sarcastically insults her own idea.
It's Miss Cheerly.
This isn't Cheerly, this is an imposter.
Oh, wow.
The first phrase works too, actually. The ropes, which initially passed through the rafters, magically appear outside. Sweetie Belle's expression leads me to believe that this isn't the first time she's disappeared some pony.
And Tamari will...
Tamari. The telegraph paper disappears.
Howdy, my little ponies.
Roll credits. Diamond Tiara reaches scrunch face levels of evil.
That's a
Scrunch
great
levels.
face.
Did you miss the train? No, it came. Uncle Applestrudel was on it.
Well, the day is just full of 1,000,000-to-1 coincidences. Applebloom should buy a lotto ticket or avoid places prone to lightning.
If she can remember any of it.
Only Diamond Tiara would laugh at Alzheimer's. Granny sits with enough force to propel a chair, then in the next shot she's standing. Granny Smith makes it very clear that she was a major part of the founding of Ponyville. However, Twilight also makes it very clear that Ponyville is hundreds of years
Oh, yeah, there's also that. That's...
Illuminati symbolism. Celestia's inside leg has a cutie mark. Frozen fireflies. These ponies would rather starve than eat grass, apparently.
That's
Some
a
of
good
these
point.
ponies
There
grow
is
where
grass.
no seeds were planted. Granny asks them to settle down long after the room became quiet. Uncle Applestrudel is seen in 2 shots, then silently slips away during Granny's story. Applebloom repays spiteful behavior with spiteful behavior. Let that be a lesson, kids.
She is the most amazing pony in all Ponyville.
Sorry, AB, I think there's quite a few bronies that would disagree with that statement. These ponies
Probably.
have been waiting in line since the founding of Ponyville. Twist speaks, but no voice is heard, as it should be.
As it should be.
Blue and Sweetie
Oh,
Belle's
wow.
hooves become rabbit paws.
Okay.
Well, you can't run off, but maybe some pony
Oh,
else
Sweetie
can.
Belle.
These babies just won't listen to reason.
Baby
And don't even
cakes.
get me started on their taste in stand-up comedy.
These colors are no coincidence. This crib wasn't there a moment ago.
And
Okay,
great
it
aunt,
really
second
wasn't.
cousin twice removed was a Pegasus.
Oh yeah, this joke. That's another thing.
It does make sense. Since they're twins, that proves Earth ponies can indeed carry the genes of other pony types. However, it's still a sin for the subtly implied
Yeah.
this frame. These things are hideous. Just
Yeah, I don't like
ponies poo and
I don't like the baby
You're
designs
like
either.
Cutie Mark. I don't know which is worse, changing diapers with hooves or changing diapers with your mouth. Mrs. Cake
Yeah.
throws these bottles into the air, but apparently the tray sticks to the ceiling. Pinkie Pie moves so fast she disappears for a few frames. The majority of the main six have something interesting going on that could have been made into their own original episode, but we're stuck with Pinkie Pie babysitting.
Got a dash.
It took them almost 40 episodes to make that pun, because dropping babies is funny. Rarity reacts this way when asked to babysit because she's busy with a baby of her own. Mr. Cake carries the cake from the kitchen.
Wow,
Mrs.
that did
Cake
look like
also
a baby
brings out
Rarity.
The exact same one. The babies aren't wearing diapers here, then they suddenly appear here. A sin for these babies because it is impossible not to smile at Pinkie. Pinkie's bottom lip appears to have been borrowed from Twilight. You would think some pony that dedicated their entire life to making others smile would at least know some halfway decent jokes.
Yeah, that's a good
Pinkie
point.
Pie's ground shadow ignores the spotlight. We were waiting for Smile, 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 and we got this. Only bronies from 2012 will truly understand the pain. This broom phases through a
Oh yeah, 'cause Smile Smile, it was
disappearing
it was
flower
leaked in advance by a few
dust.
weeks.
She sounded like a Oh, 2 handles, 1 handle. This tub has no drain. Pinkie's reflection is facing the same way as she. Holy crap, that arm. Pinkie Pie grows a giant ego out of nowhere because the script needed to get rid of Twilight. This looks like it could potentially
Well,
be a human.
Pinkie's
and a
ego
moon.
does come
Could
back.
this be an
It's-
Equestria Girls
Becomes
foreshadowing?
a part of her character.
Boneless's forgotten brother.
As a pretend old-timey Western
I mean, there's a whole
Old-timey
episode
forts are in
about
southern
Pinkie
Equestria,
Pride.
not western.
We do not put anything on our mouth that we cannot safely and properly digest.
Pumpkin cake is highly digestible. Pinkie Pie walks down this hallway, then back for no reason whatsoever. It must be awfully hard to teach a young foal not to chew on things when the only way you can take it from them is with your mouth. Pinkie locks the chest, it magically opens, then Pumpkin removes the
Yeah.
What's that? You want a logical explanation for how unicorns learn magic spells? Screw you, unicorns are OP. Any pony that makes Pinkie Pie cry deserves to be punched in the face, but you can't punch a baby, so this paradox deserves a sin.
Pinkie Pie.
Little did Pinkie know, Pound just wanted his pacifier, and Pumpkin was simply in the mood for pie. Now, could someone remind me what today's lesson is? I don't think it was made very clear in the episode.
Responsibility of
Responsible. Responsibility.
Responsible.
Responsibility. Responsibility.
Yeah, they do kind of hammer you with that one.
Let me check my schedule.
Okay.
Every day I'm
Oh
shuffling.
wow. Last roundup.
Just don't know what
And already we're seeing Derpy.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
Oh yeah.
Fame. This scene was censored in such a rush that they didn't even bother to correct this animation error. Speaking of Derpy censorship, here's a sin for every shot in which our perfect little Derpy was butchered.
Derp face, I love you. Your eyes are all googly and your face is blue.
Wow, there's a whole Derpy song, I guess.
Now, careful, Derpy. Now, careful. I just don't know what went wrong. I just don't know what went wrong.
Derpy's wings disappear.
Been cheering me on in every rodeo since I was a little pony.
Get it? Because they're all already little ponies? Random floating box in the sky.
Little
Deja
pony.
vu. Bon Bon's cutie mark is layered above her mane. The
Indeed
storyboard
it
is
is.
visible through this hole in the background. Fluttershy's wings go to the same place Derpy's went. Tiny frozen dust particles. Apple Fritter is at the surprise party while her twin sister attends the rodeo. The wheels on the train are spinning backwards. Black and white photo in a world where color is a major factor in telling ponies apart. This rodeo must have taken place nowhere near Canterlot for the southern desert to be this close.
I don't want to go home empty-hooked after promising we'd find her.
Subtle foreshadowing of AJ's motives for not coming home. Sexist outhouse. Outhouse door has tiny peepholes. I'll just spew some exposition and quickly walk away.
I thought cherries would be a nice change from apples.
Coming from Applejack, that's blasphemy. This scene cuts while Applejack is talking, but her mouth isn't moving.
Just one teensy thing to remember. Have fun!
Said no boss ever. This conveyor belt system makes no sense. Fluttershy manages to fit both forelock and crest in her hair cap. Applejack is levitating. This sorting process would be far more efficient if the workers push only one color off and let the other fall off the end into a box. Pinky has seen enough I Love Lucy to know how to handle this situation. Bucktooth rarity. Blank flag. Fluttershy's lack of a tail. Honesty was pretty much all Applejack had going for her, and she's proven here that she's willing to apply contrived conditions to her promises after the fact, which is the worst kind of lie there is. In less than a minute, we have the element of honesty breaking a Pinky promise, and the element of loyalty abandoning her friends. That's gotta be an Academy record or something. Automated railroad crossing in the middle of the desert. This stallion wasn't even connected to the carriage. Applejack may be telling the truth now, but this sure is an odd-looking breakfast. For those keeping score at home, we have the prize money, the work money under the guise of being prize money, the betrayal of family over pride in a deceitful manner, the holy grail of broken Pinky promises, and finally deception regarding said Pinky promise. Honest Orange Apple Horse's worst pony.
Jeez. Yeah, not my favorite either.
Time to call in the big guns.
I still think I like her more than Fluttershy, though. It's close.
No pony breaks a pinky promise!
Oh, wow! Wow! Oh, yeah.
If you refuse our generous offer to be partners,
Nicely done.
you just have to be competitors.
Drawer handles layered above candle. Fluttershy sleeps naked. Just about all of these buildings are levitating. Flying sideways at this speed must look pretty silly from the ground. These barrels
Probably
disappear,
so.
among a few other changes. Pinky zips open her tent despite there being no zipper inside. This frame. Theme. The whole town and potentially ponies from other towns are in line for cider, but who's babysitting the cake's babies? These ponies have been waiting in line since the founding of Ponyville. Rainbow Dash
Yes.
never gets a
That was
Probably
reused.
has something to do with the bit chest disappearing. The faucet isn't even connected to the barrel.
For the record, I don't mind.
Of course Fluttershy wouldn't mind.
She already had hers,
got hers.
yeah.
This is a cheerly imposter. Pinky's
Lots of
broken
cheerily imposters out there.
Flim's magic glow jumps off of his horn. Flim and Flam swap cutie marks. Pony knees can bend sideways. This animation error.
Whoa,
Flim and Flam
okay.
vanish into thin air. Lens flare. Also, apparently the sun rises from the north in Equestria.
Is this some kind of cruel joke?
In a cosmic sort of way, yes.
I'm afraid we haven't any.
Flam just admitted that they pose no threat, so why would Granny Smith give up some of their apples and risk everything else to gain nothing? There's no way to produce cider this quickly if apples are checked one by one this slowly. Flam is drinking cider, then suddenly it's Flim that's drinking. The Apple family has no objection to this destruction.
Yeah.
He would be the one to lay down on the job.
There's no point in winning if we cheat.
No point aside from, you know, saving the farm. Can you really even call it cheating when the other team is doing it? This tower is taller than their final count. Therefore, Twilight must have been stacking barrels on Flaming Flam's side. No wonder they lost. Fluttershy's improperly layered wing. This isn't your average everyday sadness. This is advanced.
Oh, wow!
So, a promise made
Never
to
noticed
friends
that
can be
face
broken
before.
willy-nilly, but a deal with two swindlers must prevail at all cost? Alright, yes, I'm harping, but I will continue to do so until I hear an apology from Apple Horse. It's a good thing that these two break out into evil laughter so often, otherwise there'd be no way to tell that they're the antagonists. I'm guessing the farm belongs to Granny Smith then, because Applejack never actually agreed to the bet. Leaving ownership to a senile grandmother is a sin.
Rocks in it.
Bon Bon doesn't like cider on the rocks. So what if No Pony likes the cider lacking quality control? Flim and Flam still own the farm and could continue to make cider without using inferior ingredients. They have no reason to leave. Daisy is
Yeah?
chugging more cider than what could possibly fit in her mug. Overflowing froth, iconic beer tankards, and Pony's seeming addiction to this stuff apparently didn't raise any red flags for the rating board. Not to mention, cider is outright considered alcoholic pretty much everywhere outside of the States.
Dear Princess Celestia, I didn't learn anything. I was right all along.
Applejack is about to go on vacation to the moon.
Yeah. I'm sure. I would just love to see Celestia reading that letter.
Attention, every pony. Cider season is now official.
Okay, it's now a fish. Yeah, that's yeah. Well, yeah, I had fun with these. Nothing even for me to get inappropriately irritated with, and for people to complain about me taking too seriously in the comments for once. He made some great different points, and as always noticed a good number of things I never would have in terms of little animation errors and the like. It was entertaining stuff. And because there is nothing for me to complain about, I guess there isn't so much for me to say at the end here. He's doing great with these, and I look forward to whenever I get around to doing the next batch. Hope you liked the commentary, let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.